What's up, kings and queens? It's your boy Dan from Daft Previews. I've got 4 picks which I've put down that I'm going to take you through today. If that sounds interesting, let's go.
Sub to the channel cause your boy's getting busy. Coming to you live from the west side of Sydney. We've got the free picks and the juice on the daily. It's all free, you don't even have to pay me.
Before we jump into the picks, we do have to recap how things are going. For the most part, since the All-Star break, things have been pretty ass. Haven't been great, but most recently, we had a pretty profitable day in VIP, 3.5 units up. It was a pretty light day. I only really shared bets on 4 players, preparing for this big bankroll day because there's a lot of games happening now. But quick recap, took Josh Giddey under 5.5 assists. That sucked. Io DeSombu got ruled out, and this bet was pretty much cooked from there. Paul George under 23.5 points, rebounds, and assists. This bet was looking fantastic. Joel Embiid, he probably needs to get his legs amputated by now, but he doesn't play the fourth quarter. Paul George gets a ton of usage and goes crazy, ultimately hooks us real bad. Yusuf Nurkic, over 9.5 rebounds and assists. That was easy money, even in the blowout loss. Jokic took him under 28.5 points. I think a lot of people on Twitter or somebody was pushing out Jokic overs because my Discord blew up deluxe when I shared the under. They were like, why are we taking the under? I already bet the over. I was assuming that the Lakers weren't going to let him get many shots off, and it happened. So sweat-free win there for Nikola Jokic. We had a Jokic value play at plus 275, a Nurkic value play at 220, and we had a Jokic-Nurkic doubles combo. We got 1.5 units out of that. Then I hit a Yusuf Nurkic high value play at plus 750. That was for him to get 8 rebounds and 5 assists. Delicious odds there. Now, the European bigs delivered for us today. You can get VIP access for 50% off for the rest of the regular season, which is 2 months. Use the code EURO when you sign up. Click on the link in the video description below or in the pinned comment. It should add the discount automatically for you. Now, I will say for VIP, this plan is most effective for those who have traditional sports books where you're allowed to do same game parlays. That's what VIP is really built on. So if you have that, I encourage you to check out VIP. If you don't want to pay the money for it just yet, that's completely fine. I haven't done this for a while, but I think I'm going to do it today. I've partnered up with a new app. It's more of a Pickem style casino type app. I'll leave a link for that down below as well. Sports Millions. The thing I like about Sports Millions is if you deposit $10, they're going to give you $50 on top of that. So it's free money if you ask me. I encourage you guys to check that out. If you do sign up to them, send me an email, daftpreviews@gmail.com. I'll give you a trial on VIP. All you got to do is send me a screenshot. It's as simple as that. That's enough about that. Let's go. So we're jumping into Props Madness. This is the best tool that you're going to find if you like betting on NBA player props. I noticed some others are starting to copy what Props Madness is doing, but Props Madness continues to make more developments. More recently, they had a couple of new updates. I want to take you through those real quick. The first one, not only do we have first quarter points, we've got first quarter assists and rebounds now added, and you've got all the advanced Prop Madness filters that you can play around with for that. What I'm most excited about, though, is this. So on the points chart, you can see that there's a shot chart, right? And this is very Props Madness specific. Some are starting to copy it. But there's also now an assist chart. Check this out. And this is absolutely wild. Not only can you see where the player likes to dime up from, meaning where the percentage of players' totals assists come from, we can also see the opponent's defense and where they leak those assists. So it's pretty amazing. You're probably going to see a lot more assist props from me now that this is out. I am going to create a tutorial on this over the next week, I'd say, on how to best use this. But there's a lot more enhancements on the way. So I encourage you guys to check out Props Madness. The link for that is down low, but you just need to head to propsmadness.com. You get a 7-day free trial when you sign up. But if you sign up using the code DAFT, you'll also get 25% off. So go ahead and check it all out. Let's get to these picks, though. Enough about that. Whilst we're in the Knicks and the Celtics game, let's talk about the pick that I do have. And we're going with my zesty bestie here, Karl Anthony Towns. I took his under in points and rebounds. 36.5 is what I managed to take. His points line is dropping, so somebody is smashing that, and I get it. It makes total sense. Karl Anthony Towns is an absolute... Actually, I don't want Karl Anthony Towns to catch strays right now. Maybe if he cooks my bet, then I'll say some horrible things about him. But I'm not going to do that now. In basketball terms, he's got a really difficult matchup. That's all I need to say. So Karl Anthony Towns, check this out. In terms of scoring points, he likes to score through spot up. Boston Celtics, 4th fewest spot up points allowed. He likes to get to the free throw line. The Celtics, 3rd fewest free throws allowed. Likes to score in the pick and roll. 5th fewest points of the pick and roll, man. Big Karl Anthony Towns wants to get out in transition. The Celtics, 6th fewest points in transition. So it's a really difficult matchup for Karl-Anthony Towns. The Celtics have been pretty good at defending centers all season. We can see it here. Similar type of players have struggled against the Celtics. Only 1 out of 8 have gone over their points line. On average, these similar types of players have gone 5 points under their points line. Now, Karl-Anthony Towns has played the Celtics twice this season, scoring 19 and 18 points, rebounds, and assists. My Lord. 12 points, 7 rebounds. Sorry, points and rebounds, not assists. 12 points, 7 rebounds in their first game, blowout loss. Second game, 9 points, 9 rebounds, blowout loss. So the Celtics, more than capable of blowing teams out. We finished the All-Star break. Hopefully the Celtics do mean business here. The New York Knicks, they are somewhat banged up. Hart, OG, they're questionable. We'll see if they play. But this Celtics team, completely healthy right now, and I'd like to see them dominate. We get an 8.5 point spread. Games being played in Boston as well. Karl-Anthony Towns, when it gets difficult, he folds, unfortunately for him. So I'm happy to take his under here. So Karl-Anthony Towns, under 36.5 points and rebounds. I considered the under 38 or 39.5 PRA, but these assist props have not been kind to me just yet. I haven't really used this new props madness tool. Hopefully that's going to help me out. But for this, I'm just going with Karl-Anthony Towns under his points and rebounds. The next one's a very straightforward play. We're heading over to the Detroit Pistons versus the Atlanta Hawks, and I can't believe the line is set the way it is. I'm taking Cade Cunningham over 9.5 assists. 9.5, you can find this everywhere right now as I record this. This matchup is just fantastic for him. His hit rate lately has not been great, but I don't even care about hit rates right now. The matchup for it is absolutely juicy. Let's talk about it. Firstly, similar types of players, Cunningham, Halliburton, Van Vliet, and James Harden, they have all covered their assist line against the Atlanta Hawks this season, 39% higher than their closing line. So if you look at Cade Cunningham up against the Hawks, 13, 11, and 14 assists, averaging 12.7 assists in 36 minutes of play. We've got a 3-point spread in this game, so it should be close. And if it's close, Cade Cunningham's going to be there. I can see Jalen Duren getting some buckets, Tobias Harris getting some buckets, Malik Beasley getting some buckets, all coming out of Cade Cunningham's hands. So hopefully he continues to dime up. He's averaging over 20 potential assists against the Atlanta Hawks. And if we look at this season assist chart, let's take a look. We can see here, Cade Cunningham, 43% of his assists happen around the rim, 28% of them above the break. In terms of the Atlanta Hawks, check this out. Giving up a ton of assists in the corners, in the restricted area, in the paint. They're leaky. So most of the key zones where Cade Cunningham likes to find his teammates, the Atlanta Hawks are going to give it to him. So I do like Cade Cunningham over his assists. The other pivot could be his points plus assists. He's done quite well there against the Atlanta Hawks. I try to avoid points props when I can because you could be the victim of variance, meaning a bad shooting night. So I'm just rolling with the assists here for Cade Cunningham. I think he eats it alive. Close game. Should see the minutes. What else can I say? 237 is the game total. The books, they're expecting some points in this one too. So if the points come, the assists will come for Cade Cunningham as well. My next bet, Miami Heat versus the Milwaukee Bucks. I'm taking Dame Dollar, Damian Lillard. Questionable for this game, but he looks likely to play. He's a game-time decision, but I think he suits up. And if he does suit up, he's going to play his full workload. Giannis, he's playing, but he's going to be on a minutes restriction because of the calf injury, like he has been the last 2 games. So for Damian Lillard, I'm just running with his over and his rebounds and assists. Hit rate, absolutely fantastic. We're looking at over 11.5 rebounds and assists. We look at the games with Kyle Kuzma, and you can see here, Dame crushing it. 15 rebounds and assists with Kyle Kuzma in the lineup. That blonde hair boy must be Dame's lucky charm right now because he's been feasting with Kuzma in the lineup. Kuzma, not very ball dominant, although he does see a lot of touches. But if he does see the touch, he's usually going to go up for it and try to score. So Dame can get some assists that way. We've got Brook Lopez. He can get some buckets. Giannis as well. So it's all making a ton of sense here. Dame's assists, pretty decent at 7.5. It's a plus money play alone for the assists. But he is up against Miami today. And check how he did against Miami this season. 12 and 11 assists in both of those games. One of those games was without Giannis. Regardless, with or without Giannis, Dame's had 10 plus assists in both of them. And then if we look at his rebounds, 3 rebounds in one game, 10 rebounds in the next. With Giannis in the lineup, Dame got a triple-double against Miami. So I'm looking for Dame to do what he has been doing, get these rebounds and assists. He's averaging 18 rebounds and assists against the Miami Heat. The spread in this game is 5 points. So we should not see a blowout. I wasn't going to say there's no blowout, but we shouldn't see a blowout. Game should remain close, being played in Milwaukee. Dame, get those rebounds and assists, my boy. And then the last play, we're heading to the very last game of the day. It's the Thunder versus the Wolves. I'm taking Anthony Edwards. I took him under 28.5 points. There's no more 29.5s available. Even at 28.5, 27.5, I shall be taking this. Taking his under 28.5 points for Anthony Edwards up against OKC. It's the torture chamber. I'm not going to go on about it, but this matchup absolutely stinks for Anthony Edwards. I feel like the only way he's going to score some points today is from the free throw line. He shouldn't get easy looks. They should limit his points from deep. But let's take a look. In terms of scoring in the pick and roll, he scores 28% of his points that way. This OKC team, third fewest points in the pick and roll, second fewest points in transition, second fewest points in isolation. This matchup absolutely sucks. If we look at his zones, he scores 49% of his points above the break. This OKC team, the second fewest points above the break, the third fewest points around the basket. So the way that he likes to score is difficult. Where he likes to score is going to be difficult. Lou Dort's going to be all over his ass. So tough matchup here for Anthony Edwards. As much as I like him, and a lot of people do, I do not like the matchup. He's played OKC twice this season, averaging 21.5 points, 20 points. Then he lost by 8 in that game. And even in the game where the Minnesota Timberwolves won, he still only scored 23 points. That was saved by Naz Reid, I believe, in that game. So Anthony Edwards, I think they're going to make life difficult for him once again. Looking at last season, he played OKC 4 times, under this line in all 4 games, averaging 23 points per game. So just going with history, history tells me it's going to be difficult. The season data tells me it's going to be difficult. The matchups, the play types, the shot charts, it all says it's going to be difficult. And if you look at similar types of players as Anthony Edwards, from Dame, Luka, James Harden, Trae Young, all had a difficult time scoring on the OKC Thunder. Their defense was built to stop players like Anthony Edwards, and I'm happy to take the under there. So they're the 4 picks that I have. Let's go! Now, normally at this point in the video, I take you through a list of leans and stuff like that, but I'm actually going to stop this. I'm going to edit this video, send it out to you guys so you have my official picks out. I'm going to then also record another video. I'm going to do some screen sharing with you, but I'll explain all that in the next video, so be sure to check that out. Make sure you've subscribed to the channel. Turn your noties on so you get notified whenever I do a live stream, whenever I upload a new video. I got a lot of different content ideas flowing through this brain of mine, so I'm going to get more out to you. Like the video, drop me a comment down below, push this out to more people. I'll catch you guys soon. Peace!
Sub to the channel cause your boy's getting busy. Coming to you live from the west side of Sydney. We've got the free picks and the juice on the daily. It's all free, you don't even have to pay me.